What's up again, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Chasing the Tide, your saltwater segment on the Paddle and Fin Podcast Connection. I'm your host, Dustin Nichols, back at you on this, what is this, Wednesday evening. Suffering in the inferno of death of this dang high pressure we have here on top of us. Got us in a chokehold. The dog days of summer is here for sure. Got a pretty killer show tonight. Gonna pretty much just go right into it. I got Mike Morales from Fin Factory Kayak and Tackle out of the Coastal Bend area here with me tonight. What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh, hanging tough, working and trying to juggle the fishing and the family and all that. Pretty much probably what you're doing too, running a business and yeah, managing a kayak team and same.
Yep.
It's been fun, man.
Well, it's good to see you again, man, and thanks for having me on again. I greatly appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, when we got some stuff going on in the Coastal Bend area, and it benefits the kayak anglers, and it's a great cause, a great tournament, great event, ran well. I was like, man, we gotta hype that up pretty good, because it's on this year. It looks like it's on. So yeah, I know you've been on before, but go ahead and refresh everyone. Tell them who you are, a little background, and then we'll roll into the
yeah, man. No, guys, again, Mike Morales. Been in the kayak community for quite some time. Got pretty heavy into it back in like 2010, 2012, and took on Fin Factory Kayak and Tackle in 2016, and now we're proud owners of 3 outlets, 3 stores, one in Corpus Christi, one in San Antonio, and one in Houston. And we're proud to serve Texas, and that's what it's all about. Just like everybody else, man, I started with just a dream and passion, man, and getting out there on the water and wondering why the hell not everybody's doing what we're doing from a kayak fishing standpoint. So here I am, man. Made it a career, made it my life, made it my livelihood. Met my wife on the water, had my baby. Well, my baby went into labor while I was on the water on a kayak.
Dang, yeah.
What was crazy about that, just real quick, I'm out there, and the owners of Hoodoo Kayaks, that being Shane and Chris, they came down to basically have me demo some boats and said, why don't we all go fishing? I'll bring a boat so you can try them out. So we're out here on my deck, and we go out, and as soon as we get out on the water, I get a call from my wife saying she's in labor. So I'll never forget that, man.
That's a moment in the clock stops and it's like, okay, time to go.
So here I am hosting the two owners of a good kayak company, and they're like, man, get it, see ya. And there I was, man. So it's been my life, literally. It's the life of my family. My wife is my partner. She kind of runs the show. My daughter runs the store in San Antonio. It's a family ordeal, and we're all locked in. Just like everybody else, man. Had a career in corporate environment, and said to hell with it. Let's try something and see what happens. And so here we are today.
Yeah, if I didn't have all the time off, well, not lately, but my normal schedule, if I didn't have all the time off that I do have, I'd definitely be trying to dive, head first into the fishing industry a little more. And I'm fortunate enough now to be, in some positions now. I'm building my resume up and everything. And then maybe, 10 years down the road, I retire from the plant, that I'm going to have something to fall back on besides like being a chef, working in the kitchen or something like that. Because I don't really want to go back in that dog fight of a job, fighting for a chef position and all that good stuff. I'm past that already.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
But man, it's been a fun, pretty few weeks here. Even despite the heat, the redfish bite have been pretty good. It's kind of been on time with the salooner feeding periods. Mm-hmm. Even at heat of the day, if there's a major in the middle of the day, if you can handle the heat, the fish have been eating, man. It's been pretty dang cool. Had a couple fun events. I know I got to see you at that Hammer Challenge we had recently. Mm-hmm. It was a 4-man team, and they had 8 different areas picked out for all the listeners out there, kind of recapping a little bit. 4 locations were drawn to launch from, and each member of the team picked a number, and that's where you had to fish. You had to take a selfie from the location when you launched, and 4 redfish in slot, and it was pretty cool. I like the concept. You know, there's a couple things I would like to change myself. Maybe a couple side pots, maybe pay a little bigger entry fee, maybe $100 a piece, and pay a few more places, and then maybe provide like pin drops to the launch locations. That's just me thinking to how to make it a little more understandable. You know.
Yeah.
I love well-ran events, man. So, it's always a plus to have all the information in front of you need, and that's what we're here. We're here to talk about the big event coming up. So, what you got for everybody?
Man, I'll tell you. First off, man, I really enjoyed that tournament also, and that was kind of our quest this year is to get more involved, man. You know, it's been a grind in the business, and you know, I've been doing it for 3 or 4 years just straight, and I've kind of taken my eye off of that ball, whether it be, you know, running guide trips or selling boats or, you know, you name it, hosting tournaments. I mean, all of that has just kind of gotten in the way. So I said, you know, this year, man, I'm going be deep into doing some tournaments, man, and it's been a great ride, man. And that tournament I love the format.
The format's rad, man. I dug it, dude. It was cool. And then last weekend, kayak fish in Texas.
Yeah.
You got the heart-shaped redfish or the smallest, and then your wife actually won the whole damn event.
She won the tournament last week, man, and that was the Fishing Ain't Easy hosted by Kayak.
And it wasn't easy because it was supposed to be a two redfish, 1 trout stringer.
Yeah, man, which was another kind of a curveball, man.
Yeah.
And,
yep.
You know, it was a challenge, and you know, my wife, she right off the bat, man, we saw fish tailing, you know.
Yeah.
And man, they were just lockjaw.
Yep.
And for some reason, man, she was just had the ability to get them to, you know, maybe it was that woman's finesse touch.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but the first thing in the morning, she popped to like a 23, and then she popped to 27.
27.
But couldn't find that trout
or something. Yeah.
You know,
just couldn't find the trout, and she still pulled it off though, because I don't think anybody had the 3 fish.
No, nobody did. And at the end, like probably about 11, I caught a 22-inch trout, and I was like, "Shit, I got to catch some reds." And so I was done though. You know how you get.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Hot. These fish ain't gonna bite. And there was this little piece of my mind saying, maybe I should get my wife this trout. But I said, no, I can't do that.
I know. Yeah, that integrity kicks in.
That integrity kicked in. I said, hell no, we ain't doing that. But, you know, at the end of the day, she turns in her fish. It was 10 pounds. I'm like, look, maybe you'll get in third. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
and then all them weights started coming in. Like only like a third of the people showed up. It's been a couple tournaments like that lately. I mean, some people struggle, some people catch them.
And I was like, man, it's 245, you know, and you know, it had some big names, man, some heavy hitters out there, and they'd come in and they'd turn in 1 fish. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I was like, I can't believe this, you know, like this is amazing. And so, man, she was like all about it, and I was proud of her. And
yeah, no doubt.
You know, it just kind of highlighted and cemented, you know, what we do every day. And for her to get out on the water and really experience, she's been working real hard on the water and trying to learn, and it was a good result, and I'm happy for her. She did it all on her own, man.
Yeah.
It's real easy.
Did you get a cut of that prize money?
It paid our mortgage. So yeah.
There you go. Hey, that's a big plus right there.
That is a huge plus. So, you know, at the end of the day, man, it was really good. My biggest fear is like, you know, being a guide on the water and then us coming together, you know, there's always that fear that somebody's going to, you know, oh, yeah. But I can tell you right now, man, we're all about integrity. We run tournaments. We know what it's about. And I'm damn proud that she did what she did. She worked her ass out for it.
Shoot, yeah, man. That's big props right there. Yeah. Big props.
Yeah. So if you look at our little kitchen table, man, she even has her damn trophies.
Her trophies out there like on display.
Yeah,
she's proud of that thing. I would be too. Anytime I still get giddy whenever I know I'm about to get caught up on that stage and get that even even when they call my name, if I'm in the top 5 or whatever, I'm still giddy.
Yeah,
But when
man.
you get that money, that check, and that dang the first place, you talking about some butterflies and feeling all happy and that adrenaline and excitement kicks in, dude. I'm gonna tell you, no matter what it was, skateboarding, surfing, fishing, especially, I still feel like a dang little kid, man, at getting your trophies for the dang little league or soccer or whatever you did, winning that ribbon for the art contest or whatever. I still get the same feeling, dude.
That's awesome.
And it's insane. It's insane. And you still get that agony of defeat.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I've felt first place twice. In my, as far as doing tournaments, I've won. I've had the honor of winning 2 tournaments, and they were pretty big tournaments, and it was good. But I tell you what, it meant more for me to have my wife, man, win something, and it was great, man. And so that's what gets you hooked. It's stuff that.
It
man.
does.
It gets you hooked.
She got that bug big time now. I bet, boy. She's like ready. Y'all going to South Padre next weekend for that one coming up? Team up on that one.
Heck yeah, man.
So, man. Yeah.
Anyway, man, we have what's coming up, and you know, hopefully everybody that's watching has heard of it. It's the Ray Del Mar. This is our 6th year going.
Yeah.
And it started off as a spinoff off the Blue Water Classic. Yeah. Blue Water Classic was a big deal, for a long time here, and then things happened. Kevin Kieschnick always ran that tournament, and he did a fine job of it. He's a offshore kayak fisherman himself, but life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Kevin Kieschnick is the county comptroller here in Corpus, so so much time that you have. Politics, I'm sure it's even more, but we were fortunate enough to kind of spin off of that and call it the Ray Del Mar. But we did something different. We decided to combine both inshore and offshore, as most people know, because it's something that I thought, nobody's done it. Right. And I think it would be a great opportunity to not just get the offshore kayak angler, but also the inshore, and give them that opportunity to do something big, This year, we probably had the most support that we've had than any other year, where we've been able to guarantee $10,000.
Yeah, and that's money right there.
Yeah, that's money, man. That
don't draw people from out of state. I don't know what else will.
Yeah, and we have people signed up all the way from Canada.
Really?
We got Canada, we got Vermont, we've got some states already signed up. So we're thrilled. I mean, we're not where the numbers were as far as signups that we'd hope to see, but you know how it goes.
I hadn't signed up yet. Like I said, I'm on graveyards, and I'm gonna be having to sacrifice sleep to fish, and I'm still probably gonna do it.
Yeah, people wait till the last week, and if you're waiting, don't wait, guys, because it helps us kind of understand where we stand and how we can. When it comes to tournaments, and it's a big tournament with a lot of money on the line, obviously there are some expectations from, outside influences. You know what I mean? They want to see people at these events. I mean, hell, even the mayor of Corpus is involved with this thing.
There's another type deal going on as well at where it's at, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's at Market 37, and we've done this once before, several years back at that location.
Yes, that was a killer one there.
Yeah, and this is the finest marina that we have in Corpus.
Coastal Bend there. Yep. Pretty much from Mansfield or South Padre all the way up to.
It is the finest marina
you'll see. Pretty dang nice.
Yeah, ownership has spent a tremendous amount of money on this place, and they're proud of it, and they want to get as many eyeballs on this place as possible. And they found it beneficial to partner with us because we do a good job on our tournaments, and I think most people will say that. There's always hiccups in tournaments, but we try to make them as eventful as possible, right? And I think it's captured some people's attention, over the years we've been doing it, and this is the result. And so for us, anybody who's hosted a tournament, it's a challenge. It's
big time.
There's a lot of moving parts to it. It's
a lot of communications with sponsors and back and forths, and
it's so much. Yeah, and these folks who do support the tournament have expectations. at the end of the day, this tournament, the most important piece of this tournament is who's benefiting from it. And a lot of folks think that, oh man, it's a money making deal. You know what? That's part of it, but it's not a money making deal for us.
No.
You know, a lot of the proceeds go to the three beneficiaries. And one of those beneficiaries is near and dear to my heart is Heroes on the Water, Coastal Bend.
Yep.
Those guys do a fantastic job taking care of our veterans who have been in the stuff. They have opportunities, so to speak. They have issues, man, and they need help. And what better way to get help than being out on the water? Because we all know, man, when you're on the water and you're focused and you're fishing, you don't think about anything, man. You just think about
fishing is the therapy there.
Fishing is the therapy. And for me, being a part of the Heroes on the Water for so long, man, this is why we do it.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of other folks that have kind of jumped in on this deal that we're helping out, and that's Weekend Warriors. It's kind of an Army deal, and Objective 22. And these are two nonprofits that are specifically there to help those in need, those veterans in need that have supported our country and basically put us where we're at today and enjoy the freedoms that we have. So that is the main reason why we do this, and that is where a lot of the proceeds go to. Of course, it helps the businesses locally,
right,
for folks to come in. It helps the local economy. It helps the fishing industry. There's a lot of different helps, but at the end of the day, it's all about that, man, and helping those folks that are kind of in the trenches with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all have put together on. Y'all have a annual Hobie owners tournament, and y'all are drawing 130, 140 plus on that one every year now as well.
Absolutely.
There's to attest to how the tournaments are ran. You can tell by the numbers. Numbers speak volumes on tournaments.
And you know what? And people come to tournaments, for a lot of different reasons, right? Obviously, most importantly, they come to win, and who's going to travel, to little old Corpus for, we want to make sure that those payouts are conducive, and how do we get those payouts? Well, obviously there's sponsorships, but more importantly, it's the sign-ups.
Participation.
It's participation, man. So we want to do that for everybody, but a portion of that participation, a majority of the raffles that we do directly benefit those, those nonprofits that we talked about.
Right.
Mainly Heroes on the Water.
Yeah,
so
that's killer.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I mean, that's it. As far as the tournament is concerned, guys, inshore, offshore, you don't have to participate in both of them. If you're an inshore guy and that's all you want to do, you can do the inshore. If you're an offshore guy and that's what you want to do, you can do the offshore. So, or you can do both and have actually kind of a jackpot payout, and that's kind of the goal, When we talk about rules and that kind of thing, guys, it's a lot of the same. It's 2 fish for the inshore, two live, heaviest game fish within slot, whether it be redfish, trout, flounder. Obviously most people are going to want to go for them slot redfish because they weigh the most.
Yep.
But I've caught a big ass flounder that weighs a lot of pounds too. So if you catch a redfish flounder, turn it in. Live weigh in.
Half-pound deduction for dead fish.
Half-pound deduction for dead fish, but same rules apply. It's 2 redfish, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The offshore, same thing, guys. I mean, when we did the Blue Water Classic back in the day, man, it was like 3 kingfish, 4 Spanish mackerel.
Yeah.
Whatever the limit is for snapper at the time. As many Kobe's you can get, man. People would come in with just bagfuls of fish,
Dang.
And at the end of the day, man, there was tons and tons of fish that a lot of people really didn't want,
Right.
So we've made it interesting, and we make it more, conservation friendly. Obviously, you can't keep them alive, but it's 1 redfish. I mean, not 1 kingfish, 1 Spanish mackerel, and 1 cobia, what you can basically weigh in. And then we have the trash cans on the side and the side pots that you can do. But that's the gist of it. Last year we had a guy turn in I don't know, I think it was 10 to 20 pound kingfish and won it all with that guy. So,
and there's going to be a few side pots for the inshore as well.
Yes, they'll be the same side pots that we
Spot
normally
pot
do.
and a big fish, big redfish.
Pot, big red, big trout,
Yeah,
big
big.
flounder.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep, as normal. And I think the biggest thing to this piece is it's not just $10,000 that we're competing for. There's going to be other things, and it's all contingent on signups. We are guaranteed $10,000, whether it be 5 people sign up or whether it be 200 people sign up. But the more numbers that we get, the more we're going to pay out over the 10 grand.
Right.
So the 10 grand is the minimum. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal as it relates to weather.
Yes.
I'm a big proponent of safety, man. I mean, safety, especially offshore.
Paramount.
I've seen some horrible stuff offshore, man, as it relates to both on boat and on kayak. I've seen some very close calls out there, and I don't take any chances. So, if for some reason offshore is just undoable,
right?
Whether it be, and I don't, it doesn't have to be gnarly to be undoable. For me, it's anything 2.5 or greater as far as swells or surf is concerned, which is it's not too bad, or over 12-mile-per-hour winds. We're not going to do an offshore tournament. It's going to basically switch to inshore.
Yeah, if it's 12 to 15 and 2.5, because that's about the third of your waves. You could have a rogue 4-footer in that as well.
Exactly.
So, it's from surfing over the years. You kind of know it could be knee to waist high one day, and all of a sudden you still got some chest high sets coming through every now and then. Just from the wind picking up, pushing a little more swell in from offshore, and then just changing currents, incoming tide as well, outgoing tide pushing against the wind, same difference.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a good call. So you'd be a consecutive inshore days if that was to happen.
Yeah, and we did that 2 years ago, and it fared very well. So if you sign up for the inshore, and then all of a sudden the week of, which is 2 weeks or week and a half from now, come Thursday, if it's looking gnarly, we're just gonna switch it all together. But here's the other piece to it. So right now, the offshore tournament is slated for Saturday, the offshore portion, and then the inshore is slated for Sunday. It's a 2-day deal.
If you had to, you would flop them around?
Yeah. So if we come on Thursday and we say, man, Sunday's looking
real good,
damn good for offshore, and the inshore is looking, we're gonna switch them. And I know logistically for some folks, man, that's kind of a pain in the ass. But the last thing I want to do, safety is number one. Number one is safety. It's all about making sure that everybody can get out and safe and it's fair and all that other good stuff. But the last thing I want to do is I don't want to reschedule. Man, that is a nightmare to reschedule.
It is
a 2-day tournament. So that's kind of the format we've done in the last 6 years, and it seemed to work. Hopefully the fish gods, everything lines up, and everything's copacetic the way it stands. But
I'd love to do the offshore side this year as well. I kind of held off last year. Is my schedule again? Like for some reason, my schedule don't.
Yeah.
It don't line up certain times of the year, and it's just like yeah. Well, what are the dates this year? We do have a date set, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the dates are set. Basically Saturday, Friday is going to. Let me pull up my calendar just to make sure I don't speak. I'm pretty good at not speaking correctly. So, basically Friday the 29th is the captain's meeting that we'll have at Marker 37. Saturday the 30th. No, hold on, dude. I'm totally off here. All right, let's rewind. Friday the 1st is the captain's meeting.
Okay.
Saturday the 2nd of September is the offshore event. And Sunday the 3rd is the inshore event. And then the grand champion is announced at that time.
Sunday evening at the awards.
Yep. So Friday night we'll have a captain's meeting. Saturday night we'll have a captain's meeting again just to cover the inshore piece for people who weren't there. And then of course the Sunday is the ending of it all. So
overall, all the payouts and everything. Cool.
Yep. But guys, Marker 37, man, they're doing so much. I mean, we have live concerts basically going on. You know, big time, you know, folks that are singing there, and you know, they want to make this a yearly event, and the only way we can do that is with the support of the community, the kayak community. Like, I know we can do it.
Yeah, I know we can. I know we got a good dang group here on the Texas coast, and hopefully we'll have some of the Bayou Coast guys, Louisiana, and some guys coming in from further out as well. Maybe some of the freshwater guys will come and jump in and try their hand at all this too. Get ready for my event in October.
And just like everything else, man, we have, you know, we'll have so many stuff that's been donated by sponsors
for the raffles and different things. Yeah.
We'll have food for everybody. We'll hope to have some drinks for everybody, you know, libations, all that good stuff like we normally do it. Man, we try to go above and beyond. And just about all the proceeds that come from this tournament goes right back into it, you know, and it's I heard the other day, it's like, oh man, you only do this to get rich.
No.
Please.
I pay out of my pocket for a gazebo rental. I might recoup a little bit from raffle ticket sales. But then you got trophies and you got the fees that come out for running, especially my tournament I'm going to have with the multi-species redfish one day, bass the next, the redfish, greenfish smackdown. You got to have the tournament management app. You got to hire a judge.
Yep.
There's a lot of underlying things that people just don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. And then it's your time and effort you put into it with dealing with sponsors, making sure your obligations, your return on investment is there, your social media exposure and engagement as well to promote the event and promote said sponsors. It all, it's all there. It is a lot of work in the background, a lot of work.
It is, and again, I love it. I mean, I love doing the work. You know, I love, you know, furthering the community, the kayak community. You know, does it directly benefit our business? Absolutely. I mean, we're the kayak business, right? But at the end of the day, these tournaments are really to give back to our kayaking community and those who, you know, who are in the trenches, man. And that is the honest to God truth. So, yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah. Everybody get ready because it's going down. Ray Del Mar.
Yep.
You're going to be
We're
crowned.
excited, man. It's going to be
got a crown, got the freaking mast and everything with a cape.
Yep.
I know there's a couple guys that are going to want to be coming in hot to reclaim it. I know Castro's going to want to come in, and old Jonathan for last year.
Dude, you should see these trophies, man. We're having this company, man, and they're fantastic. You just wait to see them, man. They're like one of a kind. All I can say is that they're beautifully wood creations, man.
Wow.
Yeah, anybody would want this damn trophy is just fantastic. You know, but we got some great sponsors behind us. Bixby's really ponied up, man. They're going to be there. They're going to be giving away some.
Yeah, shout them out, man.
Bixby's going to be a big part of the process here. We're going to be giving out some UK1s as part of the tournament, and we're really happy to have Bixby as one of our big contributors, man. I think it's a big deal. And there are other sponsors that you guys will start seeing through social media, man, here in the next week through our Facebook and our Instagram. You're going to see that there's some key players. If you want lodging, we even have a hotel sponsor that's kind of lodging.
Oh, you got a host hotel?
Yep, we got a host hotel for blocking, so we're going to be putting that, get a good discount right there on the island, right by the venue. There's some good stuff, man. So, guys, please, if you're on the fence or if you're thinking about it, this is not a tournament you're going to want to miss. If you do any tournament this year, I promise you, this is the one that everybody says, dude, don't miss this tournament. It's fantastic.
Just don't go to the bars the night before and get all at the freaking scuttlebutts and get all turned and then can't get up in the morning.
Yep. Hey, man.
It's a holiday weekend. It's going to be a little turned over there.
And, you know, a lot of people are afraid about, man, you know, the holiday.
I think it'd be all good, though.
It's not that bad here, man. This is not Galveston. This is not. Port A could be a little.
Yeah, Port A can be a little crazy. I mean, there'll be some traffic, but it's not like going to be gridlocked for 3 hours or nothing.
No, not at all. This ain't Houston. This ain't Dallas. This is nothing like that.
No. It's going to be a good time. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm doing whatever I can to fish both
Yep.
days and get back to work. I don't know. I'm gonna have to buy my boss a handle of old Jack Daniels or something.
Dude,
Crown, maybe Crown, probably the good Crown.
just give me his address, dude. I'll send him something nice. Say, hey, can you please?
He fishes too, so he's probably like he. I'll take him a stash of Waterloo hats and slip him a rod in a handle or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
We'll,
We'll have
we'll
to see
take care of him also,
see
man, for
see
sure.
what could happen, man. I'm still gonna do it. I just might be a little late to work. Give
Yep.
that away already. See what happens. Man, I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be pretty
Well,
killer.
tell us about your tournament, man. That's coming up.
Oh yeah, October 21st, 22nd, Redfish Greenfish Smackdown. It's a multi-species event over 2 days. The first day will be the redfish portion, which will be your best 3 redfish, 18 to 32 inches in that slot. Open to all Texas inshore waters except passes, jetties, surf, and freshwater lakes. No freshwater lakes.
Big one. That's a big one.
Yeah, and so it'll be your best 3. Probably 6:30 to 3:30, and I'll leave the submission time open until 4:30 for people that might not have a signal where they're on the water at and get a time to get back to a good signal, submit their fish. Be a virtual captain's meeting on Friday night, Facebook page. And then Saturday, it will be your best 5 bass, 12 inches and bigger. And on lake bass drop, there's 2 launches on that lake, north end, north launch, and south launch, north shore, south shore. So depending on wind conditions, you can launch either side, and it's protected. So it does help, because last year we had 20 to 30 mile an hour south winds. We readjusted to the south shore unit, and we still were able to fish all day. And if I'd have tried to have that on a different lake, like Fayette or somewhere else where there's no south shoreline launches, we wouldn't have been able to fish at all. So bass drop isn't known for the biggest fish, but I mean, we had some solid limits last year. It fished pretty well. Even though as hot as it is, in October we might get a little cool down. Like I said, we need a little storm or something to push some weather in and get some rain. But yeah, it's an aggregate total of your best 3 redfish, 5 bass, and that entry fee for that is $70, and the winner will take that. There'll be top 3 paid out of that purse. But there's also sponsored guaranteed payouts for each day. So the leaderboard for the redfish, top 3 will get paid $250, $150, $100. Waterloo's involved on that. Shout out to Jimmy and the crew. I got Catch products involved and Dubro fishing involved. So we'll have another $500 for the bass. $250, $150, $100. That's guaranteed payout separate from the entry fee. And then we'll have a big bass pot, a flounder side pot, and a spot pot.
Where's the weigh-in for saltwater? Is it all virtual?
No, that's virtual. Yeah, everything's virtual on the day of the saltwater. There's nothing Saturday afternoon. Yeah, you'll just fish and get off the water and submit your fish by 4:30. Your final photo. You have to take. They're time stamped on a tournament management app, so you'll submit your photos that you've taken by 3:30, by 4:30, and then you rest up, head into bass drop. Some people might have a campground or something. They'll go stay there that night. It's only an hour and 20 minutes from me, so I'll just drive from my house, drive in the morning of, and then we'll fish there, till 2:30, and then have the awards around 3:15. Got a lot of products to give away. Just got a nice 45 quart Orion cooler in from Orion and Jackson.
Nice.
I got some rods lined up from Waterloo. Possibly, I got some stuff coming down the pipes. I'm not going to let that out of the bag yet. Got some changes coming up. For myself, so there might be some other products from another brand popping up. Grande fishing and skinny water lures. We actually next week supposed to be dropping the skinny tricks, that new little small swim bait with a smaller tail that dusts real well over the grass and the shell. It's a cool little finesse style swim bait.
Nice.
Little grinder tail on it. I've been using that thing for a while. I've been with the prototypes on it. Shout out to Jerry and getting me and Mike Fiorenza involved in colors and different things. And man, I've been catching some fish on that thing. Man, the trout been eating it up. looking to add a few more sponsors. Like I said, anybody wants to jump on, come on. I got a couple more up my sleeve. Still working on some stuff here. I know Catch is going to do the trophies as well, so we'll have some cool trophies to give away again this year. So, yeah, I'm stoked for it. A couple of cool tournaments coming up the next couple months. Multi-species for yours, and same with mine. A little different saltwater, freshwater type deal, and
yeah, damn cool.
Bunch of neat stuff happening. So
Sure.
I'm stoked on it, man. I'm stoked.
Awesome.
It's hot though, man. Good Lord. Ugh.
It is hot. I mean, it's definitely hot. I mean, I can tell you here on the coast, man. I mean, it's not that hot. I mean, I've been we did a show in New Braunfels last week, a boat show, like a
little sportsman show.
Damn, 113 degrees. Here on the coast, I'm right here on the water. 87, 90. Yeah, there's wind. Like today.
Yeah. Today there's no wind. It was 102 in Port Lavaca, and we're on the bay there, and that's hot.
Yesterday I did a trip. I was on the boat, and it was blowing about 2 miles per hour, and it was pretty warm. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't 113 like I experienced like San Antonio and New Braunfels and
Victoria.
San Marcos. God,
it's been hot over here, man. It's like
I couldn't believe it. I think my shoes were melting as I was walking on the asphalt over there. I said, man, I can't stand this.
Think about the people's kayaks in their garage. They're getting them oil can. They if they're storing them on the trailer like mine, I got little tubes on them to help support the whole thing, because it's 115, 100. You think about how hot it is in the garage with it all closed up.
Ridiculous.
It's like, man, them kayaks about to melt.
Yep. Man, it's hot.
Just about.
Super hot.
Yeah. We need a good, like we were talking before we started recording here. There's some long range. The GFS and Euro models are definitely suggested some tropical movement development formation in the Gulf, possibly in the next couple of weeks. I don't wish a storm on anybody, but some tropical moisture be good, and a little higher than normal tides to bring that water back in. Do our base system great, cool it back down a little bit, and then probably turn the dang fishing on like really well.
Yeah, big fire. I mean, it hasn't been too bad. It's actually been pretty decent fishing, but we need some water in these bays, man. It's just been sucked out for way too long.
Weird tides.
Weird. So I think, to your point, once we start seeing these disturbances in the Gulf, it pushes all that water, and we see it every year around this time. We're going to have some high tides.
Yeah.
It would be fantastic. I'd love to see some water in here. It's coming.
I do like the low water. It does make it a little harder to get around at times, a little easier to find a fish. It grips them up a little more at times, but I just like it a little more. I like it up around, like, Corpus tides. If they're around 0.4, 0.5, it's kind of tough. I mean, you're going to do a little paddling here and there and get across the grass flats, and you get up around 0.8 to 1.2. Oh yeah, I like that. Gets a little more water over the sand holes, and
that's money.
Oh yeah,
that's money.
That's what I like it. I like it like that. I do like those flats like that. You spread out a little more. School's going back. Little less traffic on the water. Everybody all summer's been beating up the fish over there.
Yep.
All the guides been beating it up.
I just think that higher water spreads the fish out, to your point, and they feel more comfortable in those flats, and I see that every year in these low tide situations, man. They're real
antsy. They just turn off. They turn off. They spook.
Yeah, they're antsy, man. They don't want to be messed with, But once that water comes up, they're like, man,
it's happy time, dude. It's party time. And even though there's more water and more place for them to spread out, I still find like solid groups of fish stacked up in pockets and sand holes.
Absolutely.
That's some of my favorite fishing down there. When you get the water, you can cover a lot of water, use the wind to your advantage and drift, and just start picking apart, areas. If it's clear enough with the sun, you can see them in the sand holes, but I mean, I'm still on the flats. I'm constantly blind casting.
Yeah.
I'm still out there just picking apart the edges of the grass and sand structures there out there.
It's been like that this week, man. That trip, that trip, even though the water's low, that trip I had yesterday, man, they were just all up in the sand holes. And some of those areas that you and I know very well, they were all
up in there.
Thick, man. I'm talking about thick.
Yeah, a couple weeks back, I got in them on the opposite side of
Yeah.
the areas.
I hear what you're saying. Well, they're on the other side right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's just oh man, there's just flats are vast. They're endless. I mean, there's so much good water down there. It can throw you for a loop every now and then, but
And it's so clear, man. The water yesterday was just
it's been beautiful. It's
unbelievably
been beautiful.
chin clear, man. People are like, "Oh my god, I didn't know it was like this down here." I'm like, telling you, don't tell nobody.
No doubt.
And everybody be coming over here.
Oh, I know. It is worth it to get over there though, especially with the way duck hunting will be popping up real soon, and some bow season will get some of that pressure off the water, rebound a little bit, and then we'll see what happens. Hey, do y'all have an event page for the Ray Del Mar? Is there one?
Absolutely. If you go to our Fin Factory website or Fin Factory page on Facebook, Instagram, we do have an event. If you go to our events, you'll see the Ray Del Mar, of course.
Right.
Just go to Fin Factory Kayak and Tackle. Scroll down
to be there.
Yeah, all you're gonna see is.
Yeah, I'll make sure when this goes up, I'll post the links and everything like that, and get it all put out there, and everybody just be on the lookout for it. You know, here it'll be coming out. You know, we'll get this posted up, and
same here,
I'm just
man.
Excited, dude.
Do you already have yours put on events?
Yeah, I got a Facebook event page already. Y'all check it out. It's the Redfish Greenfish Smackdown. It's on there, so
we'll definitely share that on our side.
I appreciate that, man. Shoot, yeah. So I'm just looking forward to everything coming up. You know, there's there's the Hobie Bass Open Series on Sam Rayburn about to go down in September. The TX KBL is piggybacking with him as well, and they'll go by the Hobie rules, so no motors allowed for that one. So, man, I'm telling you, the motors are just, especially in the heat. I'm definitely taking advantage of them. So.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, man. And I'll tell you, I think everybody's taking advantage. And
y'all been because y'all outfit there. Y'all do carry Torpedo, Newport, and Bixby. And y'all have been hot and heavy on rigging and motor additions.
It's been crazy, man. And we've got all the new stuff, the 300s from Newport. Just people, and you know what, man? I'm gonna say this about motors. Me personally, I've always kind of shied away from the motors. I have a Bixby, I have a Torpedo, but when I do kayak trips, right? I'm not about to put a motor on my boat and not have my clients without a motor, right?
Right.
So I never really use them. Even when I go solo, I was like, you know what? I don't want to mess with batteries and all that crap. But I'll tell you what, these last 2 weeks for these tournaments we've been doing, I've been using that motor, and God Almighty, it's like heaven.
Yeah. Well, you have the option to get away from the crowds.
Yep.
You can get a little more range and get away. And then you're not killing yourself when you're hauling butt back to the launch trying to make it a weigh in to keep your fish alive. You put them in a live well or however. I mean, some tournaments are you bring them in. They don't have to be alive, but throw them in your bag and then you're back to the launch.
Yep. I mean,
adds a little weight. It adds, you got to worry about batteries and range management, battery management a little bit here and there. But once you do it a couple times and get used to it, it's like it's like bam, 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 bam. It's there.
I mean, I had our batteries in storage. Now they're sitting in my bedroom on my mantle.
They staying cool.
They're staying cool, man. Like I'm like, dude.
Mine are on the floor over here. I don't keep them in the garage. When it's hot, I bring all my batteries in my room, and they're lined up by my dresser, my nightstand, with all my chargers in a box, like a box slipped underneath the bed out the way.
Yeah, man. I got spoiled these last 2 weeks, man. And so I'll tell you what. The technology's come so far, y'all, and I know a lot of people are afraid of, like, man, you know what, that's a big expense. But let me tell you right now, if you're thinking about getting a motor, just do it. It's worth it. Trust me.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely helps with, as you get older, fatigue and heat exhaustion comes into play this time of year. Everybody's, especially, you're fishing till 2 o'clock. Lines out. If everybody's grinding until the end, it's hot. Like that, the Hammer tournament was hot that day.
Yeah, it was hot.
Pretty dang hot.
It was extremely hot.
Light winds in the morning, and it picked up, but it was brutal. It was hot, and that comes into play definitely. On the water when you're heading back in, and you already wore out from if you were pedaling all day and everything, then you got a 3-4 mile ride back to the launch, and you're just burning up out there. You ran out of water an hour ago.
Yeah.
Or you're like Colby and you got natties out there on the water with you. Like, Colby, give me one of them.
Yep, exactly.
I think that'll be good.
Yep.
But man, anything else you want to add for the tournament? Do we got anything else going on, or anything going on with the store? Anything special you got coming in? New lures, new product, or anything?
I'm glad you brought that up, man. We are having a seminar in our Houston location
this week.
It's not really Houston. It's spring. Okay, so a lot of people's like, man, we're not.
Yeah, this will go up after it. We're gonna miss it. Oh, dang it.
Oh, it's not gonna come up for there. But anyway,
yeah.
That's
y'all be having more though, right? There'll be some more seminars keep going on.
We've been doing it every month in Corpus, and we're doing one in San Antonio soon. And so Houston, I know we're gonna miss it, but Sunday we're having a great symposium, a great seminar. So
Kevin Mills and little Jake half-cent Penny.
Yeah,
one of my Jackson team guys. Yeah.
So I wish this was going out sooner, but.
Yeah, I wish it would. Yeah, for sure.
Be looking for those seminars because we got some good people talking about some good stuff and talking about some great products as well. So, other than that, man, I mean, I appreciate everybody following. Those who follow us, follow our. We're here for you. I promise you when I say that. We are here for you. So, if you guys need anything, just feel free to give us a call at any one of our shops, man. We appreciate it.
Yep, definitely. A new store in Houston, got a store in San Antonio, flagship store in Corpus Christi, Texas. Check them out. Fin Factory Kayak Tackle right there at Fin Factory Kayak Tackle on Instagram. Facebook pages as well. Look them up. I believe there's a Facebook page for every store.
Yeah, there is.
So keep track of those. Look for the info and updates on Ray Del Mar because it's a tournament you do not want to miss. So keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be a banger for sure.
For sure. Good time, guys.
Dang straight, man.
Great time.
It's going to be a damn great time. They make some dang good margaritas over there, too.
Man, great margaritas. It's Labor Day
weekend. Good food, too.
Great food. I mean, there's going to be great bands, great giveaways, great prize money.
And just great camaraderie hanging out with cool-ass people.
Yeah, and if you're single looking for love, it's going to be a great that during Labor Day.
It's going to be a great time for that if you're out there trying to, hit that market.
You can hit all the above. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. No doubt. Yep. Well, dude, Mike, we appreciate you coming on, man. Congratulations to Jessica again on her win last weekend. I know she's excited about that, man. That's stoked on that. So, hang tight. We're going to roll the outro, and then we'll catch everybody next time on Chasing the Tide. Appreciate all the listeners out there in podcast land. So keep it real, fellas, ladies. See y'all next time.
See you guys.